in the town where I was a police officer that the assistant chief had burned his car for insurance purposes, gotten away with it, only to get caught. He lost his job for a year and came back and got it just right off the bat again. Assistant police chief again.
Now, you talk about a culture of corruption in the Gulf. You say you haven't seen that in Central Texas.
No, I haven't, Alex. And I have a lot of friends that are police officers here in Central Texas, and they're all upright family men, and they're all the kind of people that I would be happy to serve next to.
Let's talk about the Fort Hood shooting, because it came out in the news that day and the day after that there was a terror attack, shooting drill, and that a lot of people, when he was reportedly running around shooting men and women in the military, that people thought it was part of the drill. And I know that they have these biometric face scanning thumbprint systems that I witnessed in '99 during Operation Urban Warrior on the East Coast in Oakland. They were drilling to put American citizens through FEMA camps and to thumbprint them and face scan them. I have the video. The Marines allowed us to tape of this. We know that similar system was used in Fallujah and other areas, but that the day before, they made all the troops at Fort Hood go and be put through the system that they'd been trained to put combatants through, and that a lot of people in your unit and others thought it was very suspicious.
Well, obviously they couldn't force all the troops through, Alex. It was a directive put out 3 corps wide that everyone would receive the Phantom Warrior Pass. And with that pass, you can enter the gate with your ID card just scanned by a barcode scanner at the gate. And there still is an armed guard there to check your vehicle just to make sure so there's no security issues. But I did go up there the day before on November the 4th. And when, everybody said they were going to just take another picture and give you another ID card. And, I asked the woman behind the counter, I said, is this biographic, or biometric technology? And she said, yes, BAT software. And I said, well, what is this for? And she says, well, I don't know. It just came across that everybody, has to do it. So I don't know exactly what it's for. I don't necessarily like it just because it just, that much more. The grid gets smaller, Alex, and, that's never a good thing.
Joseph, you were saying that the men and women in your unit, though, were particularly concerned, and that you talked to other people that were really spooked by what happened and thought it was suspicious that a drill was being run, and we talked about that off air.
Yeah, Alex, and once again, the Department of Defense policies on this, I shouldn't probably comment too much on that, but what I will talk about is the fact that I serve with a lot of brave men and women, and they have really just, in the past couple of years, along with myself, kind of just woken up to the fact that America isn't what it used to be. And we need to, take serious our oaths, like Oath Keepers. I think they're doing a great service. I think if you just, take some creed in your oath to God that you swore to protect the Constitution, and if you study the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and you hold dear to your heart, and understand you made a covenant with the Lord to protect that, I think that's very important.
Separately, we had a caller from Fort Hood who you told me you actually knew, and he called in and said, look, I was in Iraq, and there was the head of the Austin SWAT team and the head of intelligence were there learning how to set up cordons and martial law and basically door-to-door gun confiscation in Austin. And people didn't believe the call, but I search engined it and found the Fort Hood newspaper admitting it, admitting that they were trained in Iraq and that city officials were out there being trained. And then you said that you talked to folks that were aware of that on the base.
Right. One of my friends whom I work with, he knew him personally, and he had worked with him, so he knew all about it. Once again, that's I didn't know too much about it. I just had secondhand information, so. But it does seem a little bit odd, Alex. It seems a little bit odd, and we just got to keep our eyes and ears open, and we have to be good patriots.
But bottom line, I mean, it's admitted that Austin police are being sent to Iraq to learn how to set up here what they've done there.
Oh, absolutely. That was the front page of the Fort Hood newspaper. If somebody's going to call you a conspiracy theorist for claiming that, then obviously they're just they're willfully stupid.
All right, Joseph, stay there. Final segment. Let's talk about what they're doing over at Fort Hood Stadium. Very bizarre. We went out and checked it out, and what you told us was true. Barbed wire facing in. It's going up right now.
Gulf War vets,
9/11 workers,
people around the Gulf oil spill fumes.
all were exposed to toxic chemicals in the air and became ill.
Even in your home, air contamination can make you sick.
You have been exposed to airborne toxic particulate matter and volatile organic compounds causing fatigue, flu-like symptoms, or worse.
Protect yourself.
You cannot trust anyone to do it for you. Clean the air in your home or workplace with a HealthMate Plus air purifier. Call airfiltersandpurifiers.com for answers on how to purify the air you breathe. Contact airfiltersandpurifiers.com and ask about the HealthMate Plus. A HealthMate Plus is capable of trapping 99.97% of all polluting particulates. Buy the HealthMate Plus today with no tax, free shipping, a 5-year warranty, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. GCN listeners get a 5% discount by using promo code GCN. Call 800-499-2418 or go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. Your trusted advisor for clean air.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
As many people know, ever since President Nixon took us off the gold standard, the U.S. dollar has been devaluating. What people don't know, however, is how this directly affects your personal finances. Is there a way to prevent your portfolios from losing value? The answer to all of this is gold and silver. They've both maintained their purchasing power for 6,000 years. If you had had $100,000 in cash and $100,000 in gold and silver back in 1913 and kept them both until now, your cash would actually have the buying power of only $4,800, but your gold and silver would have the buying power of $3 million. The answer to protecting your assets is simple. Call me, John Ballman, today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Get all your questions answered before your money is worth zero. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Take action today while we still accept paper dollars for gold. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 169.
Normal blood pressure, naturally. How would that make you feel?
I'm Don from New Mexico. January of 2000, I had a heart attack. Then my real health began going downhill, and I had high blood pressure, high blood sugar, poor vision, and I really wasn't sleeping well. I was a mess, pretty much.
Don reports dramatic improvements with Heart and Body Extract.
I started taking Heart and Body Extract, and from within a few days, I started sleeping a lot better. My blood pressure normalized, my blood sugar normalized, and my sleep really did improve.
Experience these benefits and more when your body gets what it needs with the assistance of Heart and Body Extract. Order at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. That's hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305.
And folks, I did not expect this at all. By the 7th, 8th, and 9th day, I saw dramatic improvements from taking Heart and Body Extract.
Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
Our top stories up there. PrisonPlanet.com, Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama. Political dynasty crashes and burns. We're going to make that the #1 search term today with your help. Barry Soetoro, S-O-E-T-O-R-O. Going back to Joseph, Army Intelligence. Okay, tell folks about, and anybody can go see this isn't secret. They've put up a big fence around the old sports stadium with barbed wire facing in, and it's also around the park. And you've talked to some of the other military people out there, and they think it's suspicious. We went out and looked at it Friday and confirmed what you told us.
Right. Obviously, any sort of barbed wire or concertina wire on a military post, it happens all the time. So you never know when it's, just a temporary POW camp, for a mock exercise or something like that. But what this is, Alex, is they have $927 million. I'm reading straight from the Fort Hood Sentinel right now. $927 million center will include a 3-story clinic and a 3-story building that will house several developments. There will also be a 5-story tower that will house emergency department, medical surgery center, and intensive care units. Now, this hospital complex is being built right where Pritchett Stadium used to be. Now, what they have done is they have put up a fence around this facility, which is approximately, I'd say, around, just under 10 acres. And it's backed up to a train depot where there's 4 sets of tracks and loading docks. Now, this permanent fencing that they've put in, they've cemented in the ground, has barbed wire facing in. Now, I haven't really talked to anybody about that, but it just seems a little bit odd to me, and some of them, my coworkers have said the same thing.
Yeah, to be clear, you said some of the other folks at the base thought it was suspicious. I mean, we've been there. There is the train tracks. It's a lot bigger than just where the hospital is going to be. It goes into where a park was. I mean, it's a huge area with barbed wire facing in. You can see them cementing it, putting the poles where it faces in with the 3 lines of barbed wire. I mean, why would you have the facility to where people can get in, they just can't get out?
Well, Alex, I don't know. And, every day that I pray that there is an honest explanation, that somebody made a mistake in the planning or execution phase or something like that. But we just have to be aware, Alex, and we have to keep passing this information through channels so everybody knows what's going on.
Absolutely. But, if it's facing in and it's not a mistake because they've been building it in the last month, they would have already reversed it. We have to continue to watch this facility, but it may be they're going to have a Brig hospital similar to the one where they're holding the Fort Hood shooter right now. But, take the Taylor facility, which is an admitted camp for illegal aliens and their families and citizens during emergencies. That's been admitted. When the public protested, they took down the guard towers and the concertina wire, though the 20-foot fences are there and people are still held in it. So it shows that they try to camouflage this archipelago of prisons and jails as much as they can.
Right. Alex, I wanted to touch on something that was real near and dear to my heart. So
sure.
Just bear with me. In the military, you guys out there listening, you guys and girls, you do not have to be vaccinated. There is a religious objection, and it's contained in AR 40-562, Chapter 2, page 3. I strongly urge any of you people out there that have a strong religious objection to aborted fetal tissue in the vaccines and the squalene, the tween 80, all the stuff in there that's meant to kill your body and defile your temple. I strongly suggest you go and read the parameters inside AR 40-562. And if you veterans out there that have had any vaccinations, I've had some adverse reactions to the anthrax vaccine. I contacted some people on the internet. It's Protecting Our Guardians. Just Google Protecting Our Guardians. And they're a great Christian organization, nonprofit, and they help me along the way. They're great people there, and there's great support all over online.
And by the way, they suspended the anthrax shot in the mid-'90s, again in 2000, and again last year. They know it's experimental, but they lie to the troops and don't tell them there's a waiver. But you don't even need a waiver for an experimental vaccine. Congress and the courts have found it's illegal to give experimental vaccines to troops. Have you now seen Wired Magazine? They want to give you these vaccines that change your brain.
Oh, yeah, I read all about it. It's frightening.
That's really scary.
It's frightening, and I guarantee the first people to have those vaccines will be the men and women serving in the armed forces.
Yeah, you're not guinea pigs. If they want to go get guinea pigs, rodents, and do it, but not our men and women in the military.
No, I agree, Alex. It's something we should be able to object to, and I wrote that letter, and my chain of command has been great with it all the way up and down. And just really support my right to object religiously.
And the more people that say no, the easier it is for everybody else. Well, listen, Joseph, we appreciate you coming on the broadcast. Look forward to staying in touch with you. Take care.
God bless you, Alex.
God bless you. Have a great week. Vicon Diaz. All right, coming up via video uplink if you're a prisonplanet.tv viewer, audio if you're a radio listener, Gerald Celente for an hour and a half, and we're going to have open phones for him. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run.